Hello. Welcome to this class, which has been thought with not using so much of your wrists and your arms in mind. I shoveled some snow a couple of days ago, and repetitive strain injury, I think, and also definitely not in the habit of doing this in the UK, has meant that my left bicep feels a little bit tender. So I'm going to take it slow with the arms, but not with the rest of the body. And I hope you'd like to join me. We'll start in Hero's Posture, Virasana. For this, you will need a couple of bricks maybe, or a blanket even. So here I will show you what it looks like from the back. This is the posture where you take your knees together and you separate the legs wide. And then either you sit on the floor comfortably. This is not comfortable for my knees. Perhaps you use one brick. Perhaps you use two bricks. Perhaps you use as many bricks as you need to lift yourself up. Having the knees together is also optional. The knees may be slightly separated. Some of you may even like to have your bums on your heels instead, as long as you find that your thighs are upwards and a length into your back, then you are in the right spot. Let's start by taking the palms facing up towards the ceiling, the elbows towards the waistline. Close your eyes and take a few breaths here. Notice how you are feeling in this moment in time. Perhaps, generally speaking, how are you feeling? A good day, an okay day, a bad day maybe. Notice your breath. Notice the path that the breath takes in the body as you inhale and as you exhale. By now you may be able to lift the knees slightly to see that some of the skin on your shins are stretched and released, making this perhaps a tad more comfortable. And if you are not comfortable in this posture, sit any way you like. Let's use the breath now to scan through the body to notice what it feels like to be physically in our body today. The areas that feel good, the areas that feel not so good, and as the case may be, the areas that feel wrong. Remember to only ever go as far as you feel is comfortable. Take another couple of breaths here. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes. You're going to release the hands out to the side and we'll take some wrists rotations here. And then in the other direction. Let's take the fingertips together, press the palms away, stretch the arms forward if that's comfortable. You could also be facing or looking at the palms instead of the palms facing away. From here, maybe you can inhale and lift the arms up over the head, releasing the shoulders away, trying to keep your arms as straight as possible. Again, if it's not so conclusive, you can take the palms facing towards one another and reach the arms up here. We're looking for the length, the sitting bones pressing down against the support, the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, and the length into the arms. From there, release the left hand to the side, take the right arm over. So you keep both sitting bones down, but you start to feel that stretch in the body. Perhaps you can even take the arm forward or to the side a little bit more rather. Try to revolve the chest a little bit more towards the ceiling. Then come all the way back up with the left arm, and then we'll take this with the right arm out. Over to the other side, both sitting bones still pressed down. Your weight is on more into the back of the body so that you can feel that side bending. Back through towards the center, release the hands out to the side. Take a couple of shoulder rolls and then in the other direction. And then from this, bring the shoulders right up towards the ears. So you may want to have the hands onto the thighs. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Inhale, half a circle. Exhale, complete the circle. And again. Inhale, half a circle. Exhale, complete the circle. And then 2 in the other direction. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale, come back through towards the center. Lift your head back up. Release the shoulders away from the ears. And then from this, let's release the legs forward. So best to come onto the fingers so that you can release the legs. I'm going to come to the side so you can see what it's like. And then here, I'm going to bring the fingers onto the floor and shake the heels about a little bit. And then we're going to release back. So take the brick, extend the left leg back, and then place your brick under your sitting bone. Possibly, you know, if you weren't in hero's posture in the first place, then feel free to extend the leg out to the side. And here we're going to look towards the toes and take some ankle rolls in one direction and then in the other direction. And then inhale, lift the crown of the head. As you exhale, you're going to slide yourself forward until you feel there is a little bit of activation happening into the back of the leg. So for me, the way my body is right now, the inner arch tends to come in towards my face a little bit more. I'm going to accentuate this by bringing the left big toe and the inner arch a little bit more in towards myself. So I start to feel this slightly differently into the hamstrings. Then bring the toes facing back through towards the center for a couple of breaths. So I'm going to push against my natural supination, that's called when your foot turns to the side. So I'm going to try to keep my leg forward. Then this again starts to ask something else or starts to ask a different hamstring to activate. And then I'm going to do this the other way. So I'm going to turn the left big toe out. So this time it's the outside of the left foot that turns towards the outside of the knee. Then back through towards the center slowly and curl. Good. We'll change sides. So remember here, as you bear the weight onto the right leg and then you bend the left knee, if this is not comfortable for you, you're essentially coming forward. So whether you have both legs extended or one knee bent, it's all good. Here, hands to either side, look towards the foot, take some ankle rolls in one direction. And then in the other direction. Back of the leg, inhale, lift the chest, exhale, start to come forward until you feel an activation here. Try not to push the knee back and down. You can keep a slight flexion in the knee if you have a tendency to push it down. And then again, big toe inner arch coming towards the face. And it may well be that you feel this somewhere else than the hamstrings. It could be the top of the foot or the ankle. Back through towards the center, so toes straight up towards the ceiling as if you had a brick at the bottom of your foot and that you were pressing against it. And then it's the little toe side that comes towards the outside of the knee. So you push the big toe forward. Back through towards the center slowly and curl back up. Weight onto the left leg, release the brick out to the side. Come back, tuck the toes here. That's an option. You may also want to sit onto a brick if that's more comfortable for you, or actually separate your feet and have your brick this way so it's a little bit more bearable for your toes. Alternatively, just sack it completely out and have the feet flat, but you're still onto your shins. So wherever you are here, knees, hips and shoulders long here in the side of the body. And then we're going to inhale, lift the arms, exhale, open them out wide. Inhale, we're going to lift the arms up and exhale, open them wide. So let's do this again. Inhale to the center, exhale, open out. Inhale, lift up, exhale, open out. Inhale, palms facing towards one another, exhale, open out. Inhale, arms lift, exhale, release out. So you sort of take a quarter circle if you like, just a little bit more gentle in the shoulders. Once more, inhale, arms forward, exhale, open out. Inhale, lift the arms, exhale, arms out. Good. From there, you can release the toes. If it's available to you, you sit back into your heels. If it isn't, you stay with the legs forward, for instance. Here, let's take the left arm over the right arm. You can hug the shoulders. You can come into your Garudasana arms, your eagle arms, where you hook or perhaps the palms are away from one another. Open the arms out. Release down. Let's go back up. Forward this time, right arm over the left arm. You may hug the shoulders. You may turn the palms away from one another. You may hook so that the left arm, left hand is around the right thumb. Release the arms out. Take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders back. Come back through towards the center here, and we're going to come up onto the toes. And here, if you can, you're going to bring yourself back up to standing posture. If it's not within your reach to turn onto those toes and lift back up this way, you have the hands to the floor, you take the legs a little bit wider, and you take half a dog, wide-legged, to slowly come all the way back up. So now we are at the top of the mat here. We're going to take the weight onto the left leg, lift the right leg, and you may rest it somewhere if that's more comfortable for the balance, so you have the toes to the floor. And so from here, weight onto the left leg, lift the right leg, you have the right hand to the outside, left hand, to the outside of the left leg, left hand behind you, crown of the head up, and let's take a gentle twist here. Gaze back through towards the center, spine comes back through to the center, foot to the floor. Over to the other side, weight onto the right leg, lift the left leg. Right arm to the outside, left hand behind you, crown of the head up, and then you twist. Gaze back to the center, spine back through to the center, foot to the floor. Let's inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward and down, so releasing the hands down to the floor. Inhale, you're going to gaze forward, be curious, straighten maybe the arms and the back. Exhale, bend the knees any amount, take the hands behind the calves. Inhale, lead with the arms or the torso. Exhale, release the arms out to the side. Let's do this a few more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release the arms out. And again, inhale, arms up. This time you may bend the knees, lift the chest, look up towards the fingers. Exhale, fold forward and down, fingers to the floor. Perhaps you can start to straighten the legs as well as the back and the arms. Bend the knees as you exhale, any amount. Inhale, lift, leading with the arms or the torso, then release the hands out to the side of the body. Good, I'll make it 3. Let's do it 3 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release the arms out to the side. We can add on the last 2, so we're going to inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward and down, but this time we bend the knees straighten when we take the arms behind us. Inhale, fingers to the floor, straighten the leg, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees but lift the arms so you come into a squat. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms out to the side. Just 1 more of those. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, you start to squat and actually take the arms behind you as if you were skiing, I'm guessing. Then we're going to fingers to the floor, straighten the legs. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. This time take the arms forward so we're squatting if we can. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release the arms out to the side of the body. Stay here for a couple of breaths, just noticing what it feels like to be in here after your half sun salutation with variations. Now, let's come up onto the toes. So we lift and we lift the arms up. And then as you exhale, you release, hands out to the side. Let's do this another couple of times. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. And one last time. Inhale, come up. Can we now release the arms at the same time as the heels touch the floor? You've got to be a lot faster. That's quite difficult. So from here, we're going to look towards our feet, have the feet parallel. Some people like to have their toes together and heels together. Some like to be slightly separated. If you have issues with the knees, then having a brick between the thighs can be quite helpful for this one. So you squeeze the brick, that will keep those knees parallel and tracking over the toes. So you're going to bend the knees slightly. Inhale, lift the arms and imagine that you're sliding down the back of a wall here. You lengthen the tailbone, you lift the chest. So you've come to Utkatasana, your chair posture or fierce posture. You can probably appreciate why it's fierce after a while. If you can keep your smile, then you're doing better than me. From here, we're going to straighten the knees, lift the arms up, release the arms out to the side. Let's take the brick away if you have a brick, and we'll take some variation of this posture. Here, we're going to bend the knees, so whether you have still that effect of feeling that brick between your thighs or whether you have the toes and heels together, heels even, you're going to bend the knees and allow the knees to track towards the toes. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, see whether you can bend a little bit more. Then you're going to bring the arms forward, palms together in towards the heart. See whether you can now turn so that the left elbow goes towards the outside of the right knee. You press the palms together. If you have issues with your wrists, perhaps you take top fists into the hand, both fists together, whatever will help you keep the straightness into your wrists, or whatever helps you then push so that you can twist into your spine a little bit more. Your gaze can be forward, it can be up, it can be down. Take one more breath here. And then you're going to come back towards the center. Inhale, lift the arms up, release the arms out to the side. Take a couple of breaths. Let's do this to the other side. So again, here you're going to bend the knees, lengthen the tailbone. Find yourself toes tracking over the knees. It looks vastly different depending on people's anatomy here. I can't bend my knees so much. Some people look like they're nearly touching the floor. Try to lengthen the tailbone, lift the chest here. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, palms come in towards one another in prayer posture as you come forward. And then the right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee. You can help it if you want. You can again press the palms together, or remember to have one hand on top of the other or one fist on top of the other, whatever feels comfortable. You try to press the palms together so that then you can open up, revolve that chest towards the left side. You could be gazing up, forward, or down, whatever feels more comfortable. Beware, or mind your knees more specifically. One more breath. Come back through towards the center, lift, release the arms out, and take a couple of breaths here. Well done. Let's step towards the top of the mat. Here, we'll take the weight onto the right leg, lift the left leg, and then take the left leg back. And you're going to release the outer edge of the back foot down. So you're facing into a warrior one. You may want to be a little bit wider in your hips so that front knee bends, the back leg is straight. If that's uncomfortable onto your ankle, then you can lift up. We're going to inhale and lift the arms up. As you exhale, see whether you can bring the torso forward, take the arms behind you, lift the arms. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. You have two more with your own breath. Inhale, lift the arms up, come up onto the toes, and then gently release the left knee down to the floor. You can keep the back toes tucked or not. Have the front ankle underneath the front knee, so if you need to readjust, you do so. And then from this, let's take the hands in towards the chest. Again, turn towards the right thigh. Bring that left elbow towards the outside of the thigh. Press those palms together to lift the chest up. Remember your option of the fist, both fists, no fists. So you're turning here. You may even want to stretch the arms out. Some people have got the flexibility to release the left hand down to the floor or to a brick. Top arm, not wanting to do so, you can release it to your hip as well. Come all the way back up. Palms together, come back through towards the center. And then from here, release the hands out to the side. Bring yourself forward, tuck the back foot, lift the knee, and then bring the back leg all the way towards the front. Relax the shoulders, notice how you're feeling on the left side of the body. Change sides. So let's take the weight onto the left leg, lift the right leg, Set it back so that you're in the warrior one position, the outside of the foot all the way down to, the whole of the foot down to the floor with the toes pointing towards the top right corner of the mat. Might want to take the stance a little bit wider here so that you can roll the back hip forward and the front hip back. Remember the option of coming onto the toes. Here, inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, take the arms behind you. Again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. 2 more times in your own breath. Next time you come up, stay there with the arms. Come up onto the toes of the back foot, turn the right toes facing towards the top of the mat. Release the right knee down to the floor. And for me, that stance where I am now means that my left foot needs to come a little bit more forward to be under my left knee. Hands in towards the chest. And then you're going to turn towards the left side, bringing the right elbow somewhere to the outside of the left thigh, pressing those palms together and lifting once more. Feel free to open up those arms. One more breath. And then come back through towards the center. Hands together, shoulders relaxed. Release the hands to the side of the body, tuck the back foot, lift and bring the back leg all the way towards the front of the mat. Again here, have a couple of breaths. Spend a couple of breaths to notice what it feels like to be in your body right now. Let's step more towards the middle of the mat, and for this you may need one of your bricks. Take the hands to the hips, step one leg forward, one leg back. So you're about halfway to what would be your longest stride, if you like. We'll keep the front knee straight, or the front leg straight and the back leg straight. Hands to the hips, inhale, lengthen the tailbone. Exhale, hinge yourself forward until about halfway. You may start to feel the pull. If that's too much on the front knee, bend it slightly. Can you release the hands to either the floor or to your brick? And you may even be comfortable to release the crown of the head down to the floor. Keep trying to roll the right hip forward and the left hip back to feel the weight into the big toe, little toe, inner heel, outer heel. Let's inhale, come back to halfway with the spine, hands to the hips. Exhale, stay there. Inhale, lift all the way back up. And then exhale, take the left leg back towards the midline. Again, one breath or so to notice how you are feeling here. Shift to the other side. Right leg comes forward. Left leg realigned so that you are comfortable that left hip will stay forward and the right hip back. Starting to feel that left leg is pulling yourself back so that you have a modicum of engagement here to keep your hips facing forward. Front leg straight, back leg straight, hands to the hips, lengthen the tailbone, lift the chest. As you exhale, bring yourself forward any amount up to halfway. Well, you might not quite realize what halfway feels like. You might feel this more into the back of the leg. You can stay here or feel free to take the hands to the floor, to your brick if you want for your support, and to release the crown of the head down towards the floor if that feels comfortable. Big toe mound, little toe mound, inner heel, outer heel, evenly spread onto the floor, front foot and back foot. Inhale, look forward, take the hands to the hips. Exhale, stay there. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, front leg goes all the way back into your standing posture, your Tadasana. Release the arms out to the side. Take a breath or so. Next posture, we come back to a similar posture here, where we take the left leg forward. No, sorry, the right leg forward. No, the left leg forward. Left and right. Getting confused, even standing there. So here, left leg comes forward. You've got your hips hip width apart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, you're going to come forward. And then this time, take the right hand to the brick and then place that brick anywhere. You either leave it under the shoulder or in front of the foot or to the outside of the left leg so that you can turn a little bit more. Left hand, keep it to your sacrum, to your lower back, all the way down to the triangular bony part that is at the bottom of the spine, so that you can extend the spine and you turn towards that left side. Keep the back of the head in line with the back of the body. And then from here, we're going to return the gaze back through towards the center, travel with the brick so that it ends up being under the right shoulder or just in front. And then bend the front knee to now inhale and lift back up. Release the hands out. Take the front leg back. Let's see how we go on the other side. Let's take the right leg forward, left leg back, back hip forward, front hip back. Hands to the hips, inhale, lift the chest, exhale, come forward. Release the left hand, maybe to the floor if you don't need to use your brick, either under the left shoulder, in front of the right foot, or to the outside of the right foot, so that then you can turn. So you turn towards that front leg. Take the right hand onto the sacrum, so you keep that shoulder opening a little bit, the chest revolving. Keep the back of the head in line with the back of the body so that your pelvis will be stable. Use the strength in your legs. You're going to bend the knee, revolve the arms forward, come all the way up, hands to the side, step the back leg all the way towards the front this time. Take a couple of breaths here, noticing the legs, the torso here, maybe the heart rate. Then let's step facing towards the long end of the mat. And let's take the legs wide. Legs wide, we're going to take the left toes turning towards the short end of the mat and the right toes in. Bend into the front knee to take the arms out to shoulder height, into the warrior two. Remember, if your arms aren't filling up to it, release the arms all together. Straighten the front leg. Whether your arms are up or down, you're going to hinge forward to release the left hand wherever feels comfortable on the left leg. Top arm can stay to the hip. Alternatively, it can lift so you come into Trikonasana triangle posture. Extend the crown of the head. You can gaze down, forward or up. Bend into the front knee, bring yourself back into Warrior Two. Recenter, gaze towards the middle finger of the left arm. Hinge forward and now release the left forearm lightly to the left thigh or perhaps to the inside of the leg on a brick or to the outside of the leg on a brick, wherever it feels comfortable for you. Top arm can stay here. You can turn the palm and lift the arm overhead. Alternatively, you could keep it and actually take it behind your back towards the left side of the waistline. This still allows for that chest to remain open and revolving. Press on your feet. Inhale, come all the way back to the Warrior Two. Hands to the hips, straighten the front leg, feet parallel. We'll go straight to the other side. Unless you need to have a little rest for your legs, feel free to come back to the center and have a little wiggle. Right toes out, left toes in. Bend the front knee, shoulders and hips facing towards the long end of the mat. Lift those arms up, relax the shoulders. Gaze towards the right fingertips, straighten the front leg, hinge forward, bring yourself into your triangle, whether your arms are up or whether they are down. You can gaze down, you can gaze forward, you can gaze up. Bend into the front knee, bring yourself back to readjust into the Warrior Two, gazing towards the middle finger of the front arm. Hinge forward, either release the right forearm lightly to the thigh or to a brick or to the floor, whatever feels good to you. Top arm can turn to then come over the head. It could be behind the back, on the hip. Press onto your feet. Inhale, come all the way back into the Warrior Two. Hands to the hips, straighten the front leg, feet parallel. And you're going to walk the legs back through towards the center here. Relax the shoulders. Standing here, hands to your hips. Let's take the weight onto the right leg, come up onto the toes of the left foot. Open the left knee out even, and then you can slide the leg up or down, wherever you feel comfortable to. Find your balance, press onto the big toe of that standing foot. Inhale, lift the arms out to shoulder height. You can turn the palms, the forearms, the upper arms. You could take the arms over the head. You could take the hands in towards the chest. Whatever feels comfortable here to find Vrikshasana, your tree posture. I'm going to gaze towards my fingertips, but you may gaze upwards if you want to. Bring the gaze back through towards the center, the arms down if they are up, the knee back through towards the front and the foot to the floor. Take the arms out to the side of the body. Let's move to the other side. Take the weight onto the left leg. Come up onto the toes of the right foot. Open the knee out, then slide the leg however up feels comfortable for your body. If you're around the knee, remember it's above the knee that you press with the heel, not against the knee joint. Inhale, lift the arms up to shoulder height. You can turn the palms, the forearms, the upper arms. Maybe take the hands over the head or in towards the chest. Your gaze, which you will try to fix, can be forward. It could be up. It could be down. It could be onto your fingertips even. Gaze back through towards the center. Release the arms, release the knee, release the foot to the floor. Well done. Shake those legs about a little bit. Come back to being wide-legged. As wide as feels comfortable, so that you have the weight spread between the big toe, the little toe, the inner heel and the outer heel. And that you feel comfortable in the width, making sure that when we come forward, the knees are comfortable too. So you may find that a slight movement of the heels out or the heels in, depending on your anatomy, will feel more comfortable. Hands to the hips. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, stick your bottom behind you. Come to half a tabletop so the back is long. Inhale, extend some more. Exhale, release the crown of the head down towards the floor. Now perhaps your hands come to a brick under your face, or the hands come down to the floor underneath you. You can release the crown of the head to be in between your hands here. You may even feel comfortable to take the legs wider, to have the back of the elbows pointing towards the gap between your legs, parallel. You may have a little playing, bringing your weight a little bit more forward and back. Make sure that you're comfortable in this posture as much as you feel maybe an inner thigh stretch, an extension in the back. But no discomfort into the knees, otherwise you bring those legs a little closer towards one another and you slightly bend into the knees. Let's inhale, come up to halfway, so you come up onto your fingertips, the back is long. Exhale, you stay there. Press onto your feet, hands to the hips as you inhale slowly all the way back up. Exhale, release the hands out. Start to pigeon toe, walk, jump, step the feet back through towards one another here. Come towards the back of your mat. And then see here, if you can come down by coming up onto the toes, bending the knees and squatting low. If that's not comfortable for you, any ways to come down to the floor will do. Because all we're going to do here is extend one leg forward, sit onto our back on bottoms even, and extend the other leg forward. Essentially, any way that you can make it to your bum will do. So from here, we'll see if we want to take a little bit of support. If you've got fairly tight hamstrings or if the knees are troublesome, then you can come onto a support. You may also at some point need a brick. So here, let's take the right knee in towards the chest and open the right knee out. We're going to inhale, lengthen, lift the chest, gaze towards the toes. As you exhale, you're going to come forward. This is Janu Shirshasana, head to knee posture. Remember, if your knees aren't so happy, you can extend the right knee out. So be wide-legged instead of the knee bend. Or you can use your brick to support the right knee. Some people like to hold onto the ankles or the toes. Now gaze back towards the toes slowly and curl yourself all the way back up. Bring the knee up towards the ceiling, extend. And we'll be doing this on the other side. So take the left knee in, left knee out. Maybe you want to support it as well. Perhaps you take the flesh away from underneath the buttocks so that you have more length and your pelvis tilts. This won't be necessary if you are already on a support. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, come forward any amount. Close your eyes here as your face is in line with any part of your leg, really. Maybe the thigh, the knee, the shin. And then maybe you can hold on to whichever part of the leg is accessible to you here. Gaze back towards the toes slowly and curl yourself all the way back up. Bring the knee up, extend the legs. This time, swivel your legs out to the side and come onto your front. Come all the way down onto your front. Let's take the forearms forward so we come into a Sphinx posture. So you may have the elbows under the shoulders or slightly further forward, depending on your back. You spread the fingers wide so you have the pads of the fingers to the floor so you have more grip. Imagine here that you have lava coming underneath your belly, so you're trying to avoid it. You're going to lift the belly in towards the spine. Lift the chest a little bit more, release the shoulder blades down, if that's comfortable for you, of course. My legs are fairly separated because they feel more comfortable, and this feels more suitable for my lower back. Your legs may be quite close together or completely wide out. Now, dangerous pass, no more lava. Release your belly into the floor. Release the elbows out to the side. Take one hand on top of the other. Take your cheek to the side. And you're going to wibble wobble your hips. Bend the knee, scissor the legs. Release the toes to the floor, lift the knees and extend a little bit so you have more of your pelvis down into the floor. Start with the legs as close together as they will be happy to be. And further on, they may separate, and that's absolutely fine. Now separate the arms to take them to the side of the body. Keep the gaze down. So to start with, mine won't be so that you can still hear me, but the forehead is on the floor and you roll the shoulders up and back. You may turn so that the fingertips are on the floor as if you were cupping tennis balls here and the fingers are still on the floor, or you might even lift the arms up and away from the floor. Inhale, lift the arms and the shoulders, lengthen the tailbone. Exhale, lift those legs. You can come up and down for the next 5 breaths, or you can stay in locust shalabhasana for a few more breaths here. Your breath might even lift you up and down as if you were a little bark bopping in back. No, that's French. A little boat bopping up and down in the sea or in a lake, a choppy lake. And then release the arms underneath, cheek to the other side, release the buttocks, let them spread, and then wiggle your bum from side to side. Bend the knees, and again, you can scissor the legs. Now release the left leg down to the floor. Keep the right knee bent, and you'll do this only if that's comfortable and suitable for your arm. You'll take the right arm forward, take the right thumb down, and then reach. Now reach towards the ankle or the foot, and then push the foot into the hand into the foot, and then start to lift the knee. Now, this is engaging your arm quite a lot, so if it's not quite comfortable for you, you reach back and you try to lift the legs. You take the shape. That will definitely still work your body. Then let's release. Have a little wiggle, and we'll do this on the other side. Lengthen, lift the knee, lengthen the left leg, bend the left knee, lift the left arm, thumb down, so then you can open out and reach towards that ankle, the foot. Push the foot into the hand into the foot so they resist. You can lift the knee. Remember the variation of taking the shape of the posture without necessarily taking the bind of the hand around the ankle. And then release. Forehead down onto the hand so the neck is long. Wibble wobble those buttocks. Bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, and then bring yourself back onto your hands and knees. Bring the knees under the belly. Up to you whether you take the knees wide or together, and then you can sit back into your heels, forearms to the floor or head to the floor and the hands behind you, whatever feels comfortable in your child's posture here for 5 breaths. What do you notice as you stay here, breath after breath? Bring the hands to the sides of the knees and slowly uncurl yourself back up. So you're back to being seated onto your heels, and then slide your legs out to the side and towards the front. You're going to slide your bum forward. Have the feet flat to the floor, and then slowly roll yourself back down. Take the arms out. Anywhere really, from a little bit away from the side of the body all the way up to shoulder height. Have your feet as separated or as close towards one another as you wish. Inhale, nose and knees to the center. Exhale, knees to the right, nose to the left. Inhale, nose and knees to the center. Exhale, knees to the left, nose to the right. Inhale, nose and knees to the center, and then knees to the right, nose to the left. This time, let's stay for another full breath. Nose and knees to center, then knees to left. Nose to right. Stay here for another breath. Nose and knees to center. One last time. Knees to the right, nose to the left. Stay here for another couple of breaths. Nose and knees to the center and over. Knees to the left, nose to the right. Nose and knees to the center here. Right knee in towards the chest, left knee in towards the chest. Perhaps the hands slide behind the thighs. Stay here for 2 to 3 breaths. Lift the legs up towards the ceiling, tuck the chin, take the forehead towards the knees, maybe slide the hands higher up on the legs so you can stretch into the middle back as well here. And then slowly releasing yourself all the way down. Feet flat, head down to the floor. If you wish to put on some warm clothes to come to Shavasana, now is the time to do so. And you may decide here to keep your feet flat to the floor and the knees up, or to extend the legs. Press the back of the head down to the floor, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back and down so you have space here and you are supported. Allow the weight of your body to sink and disappear into the floor as you follow the path that your breath takes in your body. Soften your eyebrows. Separate your teeth and your lips. Allow your breath to make its way into your body freely. By noticing the space in your body now. Slowly, gently, allow the sounds that are outside and inside of the room to come back to you. Take some little movements into your toes and into your fingertips. Start to bring more movement into your body, anything that makes you feel comfortable. Bringing the knees in towards the chest, rocking from side to side, rolling over onto one side when you are ready. Opening your eyes, allowing your gaze to focus. Press your top hand down to the floor. Make your way back up into a comfortable seated posture of your choice. Spine long. Notice how you are feeling now. Let's inhale, arms up. Exhale. One more. Let's take one more breath. Release the thumbs to the forehead for kind thoughts, to the lips for kind words, and to the heart for kind actions. Namaste. I salute you.